Hey YouTube. So, I'm going to be going over some of the comments of the Mutations are not healthy for the game video that I uploaded last night, and just going through some of the comments. I think some of them are rather interesting and could actually lead to some further discussions. As I said in the video, if you do disagree with me, you can explain why you disagree with me, and I can change my mind on these things. I'm more than happy to change my mind on these things. I've changed my mind on many things in this game after talking to more and more people about it and seeing things from different perspectives, which all in all basically allows us as human beings to have more nuanced takes. So first of all, I will reiterate the takes of why I don't like these three perks. The reason why I don't like these three perks is because they break certain bits of balance in a game that is meant to be a survival game, not a PvP game. Survival games inherently have aspects of PvP in it, right? So if you were to have a survival game that is balanced, okay, let's say for example you have a survival horror game, right? A really weird example to bring into the aisle, right? But the idea is there. You should just follow with me. So you have a survival horror game, and the basis of the game is you need to walk around a map and collect, I don't know, 5 letters in a woods versus some kind of monster, right? A sort of Slender Man-esque game that we used to have very, very popular in the past, and is now sort of becoming a resurgence with games like Don't Scream and a new game that they posted as well. So, in a game like that, you'd want it to be balanced such that with the time limit associated to collect all 5 of your things, if there is a time limit, for example, that you can actually move around the map in that time and collect all those things, but also have time to avoid the monster. That just makes sense, right? If the map was made so that a perfect path from letter A to letter E, or letter 1 to letter 5, however you want to do it, is done such that the distance is equal to the distance that you could travel in 5 minutes, and the timer is 5 minutes. Basically means that if you run into a monster, you just won't have the time to collect all of the letters. That would be bad. If it was such that the monsters were so much faster than you that when they see you, you just instantly die, it would therefore, you would hope that the game would have a system where you could hide from the monsters, so that they would appear near you, you would hide, they would lose you, and then they would walk away, and then you could just keep going. That's how you do it. But let's say, for example, that in this survival horror game, you introduced a weapon, and that weapon was able to one-shot whatever monster came near you. Now, the game, it doesn't matter if the monsters are faster than you, because you just hit them once and they die. You see what I mean? You've now destroyed the element that made it a survival horror game. It is now effectively, in a way, a run and gun game. You just run through the map, you collect your things, you whack the monsters, you leave. Which itself can be a really, really fun game, right? But it's not true to the original style of the game that we originally had. So with these perks, what these perks do is that they create situations where understood balance of the game is no longer there, right? So you have gastronomic regeneration. There are more perks like this, in my opinion, need to be toned down or changed in certain ways to blend more naturally with what we have in the game right now, right? And by what I mean in the game right now, I mean the live build, okay? To go over some of the other comments already, but we'll get to them. Obviously, all of these perks are set to their highest value, meaning that there's probably going to be a system in the game where you can make the perks stronger than they already were. This might mean stacking of perks to make them stronger, or whatever, right? But we'll have to see. We can't really comment on how you make the perks to the max level we have right now, because we don't know. For all we know, what the devs mean by max level is there is a slider, and on the official servers, these sliders will be put to 100%. Whereas you, as a server owner, can turn this slider down, or even turn it all the way down to 0, such that every mutation has 0 effect. Do you see what I mean? That's what that could mean, right? And so all the devs would have to do is just change the value of the 100% of that slider, right? So gastronomic regeneration is where you eat and you heal. The healing given by gastronomic regeneration is the same across every single dinosaur, right? So it means that the less health you have in terms of your playable, so a Herrera versus a Stego, the Herrera will relatively heal a larger percentage of its health per bite than a Stego would, but they're both healing the same amount of damage, you see? So effectively it is a perk that can be abused by every single creature in the game. The thing is that a bigger creature will more likely be taking more damage from the larger creatures that are going to be fighting it. And so therefore the healing doesn't really matter too much, but still can matter, right? That still can influence that fight, especially for carnivores, right? The idea that I have an issue with it is that when you go into a fight in the game, you are making a choice to do that fight. With this perk, you can choose to leave that fight midway through, go off, heal, and come back. If you've been playing that fight and your opponent has taken damage and they've taken bleed and they have used some of their stamina, if they choose to run away, you can probably still find them again. If you have a group versus another group, you can all take it in turns to leave whenever one of you takes damage, to heal up and then come back. Effectively meaning that what it creates is that in a game where your choices matter and how you react to other people's choices in the game, you now have a perk that makes it so that even if your opponent does the right thing, you can go and retroactively make it so that it never fucking happened. That's not good. Let's say, for example, we were playing a strategy game. A game that I really like is called Darkest Dungeon, right? In Darkest Dungeon, you have 4 of your heroes versus 4 of the enemies. And you go through the dungeon and you have multiple fights, and you can make multiple decisions in that dungeon that will affect how likely you are to succeed, and then return back to base and then go do it again, right? A very, very important thing in strategy games like that is called action economy. It's the idea of, if you were to do one thing and your opponent was to do the other thing, how impactful was your action compared to their action? In a balanced game with characters with multiple actions, you'd want to make it so that one action isn't overwhelmingly better than the other action, right? So let's say, for example, we had a game where, like Darkest Dungeon, and you were to make it so that healing was only healed you for like 1 or 2 health points, but damaging someone does like 20 health points. Then what the fuck is the point of healing? Nobody would ever do anything to do with healing. Effectively, what you would create is a meta in that game where all that matters is how much damage I do to you, right? So the action economy of healing is way worse than just attacking your opponent, right? If you can just attack your opponent and kill them, they're not going to hit you, which effectively is healing in a weird sort of way. So with gastronomic regeneration, the action that you took to go fight your opponent and your opponent hitting you, you can reverse the action that your opponent had with one of your actions. If this perk didn't exist, you would have to run away, sit down and heal, and your opponent could leave. They could just leave, right? But with this perk, you can very, very quickly just go get to a body, eat the body, and then come back, right? And currently, especially with hotspots being a thing, there are plenty of bodies, which you could say is actually a hotspot issue, not a perk issue, right? But the fact is that you could do this. That's the thing. You could fight a whole group with a whole group, kill one of their members earlier on. The other group either camps that body or they leave that body. If they camp the body, you can't heal from that body, right? But it's created a way where you need to play in a certain way in order to prevent a bad thing from happening. People don't like it when herbivores camp bodies, for example. But if carnivores will be running gastronomic regeneration, you will have to camp the body if one of your group members die versus a group of carnivores. Because if you don't camp that body, the carnivores can continue to fight you and you would then, lose. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter. If the damage you do can one-shot the carnivore, then it wouldn't matter. Right? But that's then also bad game balance. Where, okay, I'm a carnivore fighting a herbivore that I'm meant to be fighting, and they hit me and then I die. It's like, okay, cool. Well, that's a bit bad, isn't it? Like you can imagine like a Troodos versus a Dryo, for example. If the Dryo just one-taps the Troodos of 2 things of relatively the same size and relatively in the same sort of band in the ecosystem, right? That would just be bad, right? That's why I don't like that perk. Because it removes the other player's agency, right? That's what it does. It removes that agency. In a survival game, your actions matter, right? Whether or not you choose to hide, whether or not you choose to run, whether or not you choose to fight, all of the little micro and macro decisions that you make. If I can remove your player agency in those decisions, that is not good. That is not fun. People won't find that fun, right? Nobody can tell me that if you were a herbivore fighting a group of dinosaurs and you were kicking their ass, right? And they were all taking damage, and then 2 of them stay to just walk around you and not even attack, and the other ones move away and just eat and come back, and those leave, eat, and then come back, they've undone everything that you've done. But you've still taken damage, you've still taken bleed, you've still lost stamina. Do you see what I mean? That's not fun, for example. It's not fun to see what you have done be instantly reversed in just, moments. That's not fun. Tactile endurance, where you recover stamina while being hit, will create similar situations to that. The example I gave was the Deinosuchus example. We have a 6-ton Deinosuchus that now can't get grabbed by other Deinosuchuses. And if they try and hit you, you just recover stamina. So you can just infinitely run away from them and then just heal. You could even heal using gastronomic regeneration. You see what I'm saying? Right, so now you have borderline infinite stamina and infinite healing. And that opponent now has no stamina. They can't chase you anymore. Right? That's a bit of an issue. And then speed is the one that is a bit iffy. As I said in the video, I quite like the speed perks. I think they're interesting because they open up more possibilities for you. A thing that I mentioned during the growth video was how impactful the subadult dinosaurs are compared to adults. And a lot of people don't really seem to realize how useful subadults are in a group, or even solo, because the subadult dinosaurs generally are faster than their adult counterparts. So while you do less damage, especially for carnivores, and even for herbivores even, while you do less damage, because you are faster, the opportunity to land hits is greater. Because you are faster, you can close the distance between you and your opponent much quicker. Another example I gave in a previous video was the difference between Dilo and Raptor. I don't really think Dilo needs to have the exact same agility as Raptor, simply because it is so much faster. Right? Even if it's just by 1 or 2 meters per second. Right? I'm fairly sure Dilo's only about a meter per second faster than Raptor, but that adds up. The point is, if you're going into a dinosaur and you're running in and running out, that little increase in speed will make it so that the chance of you baiting your opponent, running in and then running out, they won't be able to hit you. Whereas for the slower dinosaur, you will get hit. You see what I mean? But the main issue with speed that I was saying is that if we're going to make a balanced game that doesn't have to worry about PvP too much, certain dinosaurs will have to be able to outspeed other dinosaurs and get away. If that makes sense, right? That is something that we all agree upon. When Pesky made his video about Anki being a bad dinosaur, and everyone in the community fucking loved that video, let's not pretend that everyone in that community wasn't just sucking that video off. Pesky said, and I agreed with him in that statement, that balance in a game like the Isle would be the things that you can fight, and you don't outspeed them, and the things that you can't fight, you can at least get away from. Right? Because then that gives you choices. And it is up to the person trying to get you to understand that as well. Which is why ambushing is so important, right? The fact that we can ambush someone, inherently in the game, we have line of sight blockers, we have terrain, we have choke points, we have all these different things that enable a strategy of ambushing. If we didn't have those things, then you just never catch the things that are faster than you. If the game was just like a map like Gateway, but it's just all completely flat, and it all has no texture, and there's no plants, there's no nothing, right? You wouldn't catch the faster things. Unless you somehow cornered them right into the corner of the map. They could just slip through. Did you see what I mean? My main issue with the speed perk is that, with a lot of matchups, having your speed be increased will mean that you can catch the dinosaurs that originally were just slightly faster than you, such that they could make distance away from you and escape. Right? If that makes sense. By adding that speed perk, if they don't want to be chased down by you, they have to also run the speed perk to once again make the difference between their speed and your speed the same, such that they keep making distance and they can run away. That makes sense to me, personally. Right? So where is the issue? Well, the issue is that effectively you are having 2 people run a perk to basically make the difference between their speed the exact same. And if the person who is being chased doesn't have the speed perk, they will be caught up with. Right? If that makes sense. Because if we accept the fact that a dinosaur that is slightly faster than its predator is perfectly fine, because it will slowly but surely gain distance and escape, right? Then what happens if you now make the carnivore faster than that thing? Well, now, slowly but surely, it will catch up and get you. So it doesn't really matter if you made the choice to fight or run away. Because if you fight, right, it's now a more balanced fight. But if you're not a creature really built to fight that certain thing, then you're not going to win that fight. You're going to have to run away. But as we've just said, they're now running the speed perk. So you can't really run away. So now your option is to hide. But what you're doing is that you're hiding off of the possibility that they have a perk. Right? Does that seem fun? For a survival game like the Isle, for you to have to take the risk of if they have the perk or not. But how can you guarantee yourself that you don't need to take this risk and just play mental chess with yourself of if they have this perk or not? Well, simply, you equipped the speed perk. So now you don't need to worry about them running the speed perk because you have that speed perk. Right? That's the thing. Right? It's the thing of, because you have to remember, there are ambushes in the game. There's only so much you can do to prevent yourself from being ambushed. Eventually, you will be ambushed. That's just kind of how the game works, isn't it? You know? Certain dinosaurs can just escape ambushes no matter what. They have something in their kit that allows them to escape an ambush. But the escaping of the ambush, because they are faster than you, allows them to get away. If you are now faster than them, they still won't get away. Right? That is my issue with the speed perk. Is that it creates situations where, because your opponent that normally is just slower than you could run the speed perk, you now might feel more inclined to run the speed perk. I do not want perks in this game that are such that certain perks make certain matchups in the game that were perfectly fine unbalanced. Right? I don't want that. I want perks that instead are useful to you, but also don't just make the game more unfun for people, for other people. Right? I think that's a simple thing. So at the end of the game, you want a game to be fun for everyone. You want a game to be accessible to everyone. If you're going to give players the stats of their dinosaur, and people can learn those stats, because that is a skill in survival games, is learning where everything is. If you take a DayZ player, for example, they could probably tell you where the hotspots are on that map. They could tell you where the water is on that map. They can tell you where different points of interest are on that map. They've gathered that knowledge through playing the game. That should be rewarded, and they do get a reward for it. Right? So it's stuff like that I don't really like messing with. But another reason is this. With perks like gastronomic regeneration, the other perks to do with healing don't matter. Why would you ever run them if you could just run gastronomic regeneration? And someone could say a thing of like, oh yeah, but someone could just run them because they want to run them. Right, okay. Let's put it this way. If you were to tell me that I could run the perk that makes me regain my health 15% faster, right? Which, all in all, with a healing rate that might be about 5 minutes, you will save, what? Maybe a minute? So 4 minutes, which is actually pretty damn substantial. That's not bad, right? Going from red health to full health, that's not bad. Saving a minute in that interaction. Actually, no, it won't be a minute. No, it won't. It'll probably be like 30, 40 seconds. So actually, yeah, but still not bad, right? You can make an argument for why you would want to run that perk. You could even make a YouTube video with the highlights from a streamer where that streamer was running that perk and they got ambushed and they managed to escape and they sat down and they healed that 30, 40 seconds faster. And in that 30 and 40 seconds, the opponent was starting to head back towards them, right? But now they're full health and now they run away and that opponent doesn't kill them. And someone posts that, clip on Reddit or something and says, damn, this perk's value is insane. Look at this. Like that life or death situation, that perk helped you. Right? You know what I mean? I don't think many people would complain about that perk that much. Right? Because you could have just tracked them better. You could have done this. You could have done that. How do you counter gastronomic regeneration? besides the way that I said, which is by camping bodies, which isn't fun. I don't know. I don't know how you counter it. I don't know. You play the game such that you're not near any bodies at all. Cool, I guess. Sweet. I guess I'll just be really paranoid and sniff everywhere for bodies just in case this happens. Ooh, so much fun. There's so many decisions being made in this survival game. Or I can, make a decision to not be near bodies in case this person's running this perk and they're not running this perk. It doesn't fucking matter anyways. No. But all of the other healing perks just aren't as good as gastronomic regeneration. It just doesn't matter. Because you could just run gastronomic regeneration. You see what I mean? It actually lowers the possibilities for other mutations being used because we have these much better mutations. So anyways, now to what people have been saying. How long has this video been going on so far? God, 20 minutes. Fair, I apologize for that. Gastronomic regeneration after eating nutrient-rich food ups heal rate over a short period of time. I'm perfectly fine with that. I can live with that. Because heal rate isn't just instant healing, so you still have to heal it. So it's better, right? Tactile endurance renamed as adrenaline rush. After taking substantial damage, you get a faster stamina regen, not instant stamina. I'm perfectly fine with that as well, right? These perks can literally just be fixed by making it the heal rate of health or stamina. Speed, I'm not sure either, to be honest. I don't either. It was a temporary speed boost instead of stamina regeneration. You could have all sorts of stuff. For the first one, I saw that they mentioned that the value for mutations is really high right now on purpose. It's subject to chess and not the full mutation system, which is true. And Jay just says here, the max value should be nowhere near what it is right now. This is also true. A way you can actually change gastronomic regeneration, if you want to keep it, is percentage-based. It recovers X percentage of food, right? There's only so much healing you can actually get out of each dinosaur, which then could be useful. Right? And then it would more likely then be used more of how the devs probably intended for this perk to be used, which is you get into a fight, you win the fight, you now go off, you eat some plants or food or meat, whatever, to gain that extra bit of healing just to get you a bit closer to that threshold of healing where your healing rate increases a lot. And then you can just sit down, recover that health, and have actually saved time. It's a benefit towards eating after a fight, which is nice. It's a nice little change. So you've got the cannibalistic mutation. Horde testing, this is a secret mutation. Omniraptor came across, killed me with 120% growth, and they ate me. Yeah. The cannibalistic mutation is interesting. I would definitely like to play around with it and see how good or bad it could be. But that is another thing with the cannibalistic mutation, is that while it is very, very useful, and it does create very, very interesting situations in which your player agency of picking that mutation allows you to get food in places where you wouldn't be able to get food, which in turn increases your survivability out in the game. That's quite interesting. But it also isn't as interesting for the player going against you, or the player you're going against, because, how'd you say, you don't know whether or not that dinosaur of your same species is a cannibal or not. You see? So effectively, in a way, what I'm actually pushing for is for perks to not be so PvP focused, to not be increasing the base stats of the dinosaur. Because this effectively, because you can heal to eat mid-fight, technically means that you actually have, in a weird way, more health than you actually had, right? Because your point is to hit you even more to kill you. That's the same as having more health. Tactile endurance. Your opponent has to drain more of your stamina. That's like having more stamina. Your speed, having more speed. The damage boosting perks just means you have more damage. You see, I'm trying to present the argument to players in this community, and a lot of players in this community, and the dev said to begin with that there wouldn't be perks that affect your base stats. Right? In a way, these perks don't affect your base stats, but they influence your base stats and how they work with other people, in other situations, right? I don't want that. I want the perks to be more PvE focused rather than PvP focused, right? So we're going to get into that. So, one idea for the bleeding targets one is instead of gaining damage for biting bleeding targets, let the target resist damage to lower its blood pool is. So the mutation is used for yourself. Okay. The lower your blood pool, the better resistance against damage you receive. Interesting. That is an interesting little thing that you could do. You know? Like, you're still probably going to die to the blood loss because you're at a low blood pool, but you take less damage. So effectively, you basically create a race against time between your blood pool and whether or not you can kill them to then sit down and heal your blood. That could be interesting. So in order to balance mutations, mutations need to have pros and cons, not just pros for everyone. Like in shooters, certain attachments give your weapon huge advantages in certain playstyles, but not so good in another. This is very, very true. Right? You can look at any game, and you can look at different scopes and different muzzles, and they will do stuff like, decrease your recoil by 0.12, but increase your scope time by 0.2 seconds, right? So you have less spread, but it takes longer for you to get into your scope. You see? So effectively, the way that you now play this weapon would be that you wouldn't want to scope, but because you have less recoil, or maybe even less deviation in your bullets, you'd play it more like a hip-firing weapon, where you just aim using your actual field of view, right? But you have less accurate shots because of the scope, but your accuracy naturally is better. Whereas if you get the time to go into your scope, you don't have a very, very accurate shot. That's good. That's a very, very good example there. So it doesn't make the weapon unplayable, but it tailors to your playstyle. Exactly. That's where the trade-off is. You have to give something in order to get something. Like I would say, it's not that bad at the first iteration, and of course we're going to have these issues. Of course. Exactly. Which is why I'm making a video about it. Right? So that people can... So that, one, I can judge the way that the community views the current mutations that are a bit of an issue. And two, I can see if whether or not the way that I'm viewing things is different to the community. And maybe I am wrong, or maybe they are wrong. And then I can have that discussion with myself and see, okay, maybe this will be okay, maybe this won't be okay. Let's just see. So lifestyle mutations can have nothing but pros, but perks that affect PvP need to have trade-offs. I agree with this. So mutations already hit. I guess I'll heart that. I normally just heart just to make sure that I've read the comment. Plus it just makes people feel good because it shows them that I actually am reading their comments, which I do. I do read through all my comments. So what makes mutations worse is that they can be inherited, so you can have higher potential for OP pack herd dinos, and then before mutation thing, which is also true. The good thing is though, passing on mutations is only down to one generation. So whatever perks you have, you can only pass down those perks for one generation. Then it is up to them to pass on the perks that they personally pick, and they can pass that down to the next generation, but not the perks that they inherited from you. So it only goes down by one step, which limits the issue, but it still can be a bit bad. So the cannibal one is the worst. People just dickheads, and that's why the game isn't playable because of cannibalistic Kirby's. Fair enough, right? You want to play the game a certain way in which you understand, and you don't. Of course, inter-Herbie competition, in my opinion, is good. Right? I do like the idea of inter-Herbie competition in the same way that we have carnivore versus carnivore competition. Right? I think that's a good thing for the game. Is if you're a herd of Dibbles and a herd of Tennos appear, you want to threaten off the herd of Tennos so that you can have the vast majority of the food. Right? Because that's better for you. That increases your group survival versus that Tenno's group survival. And if that Tenno's group, and if that Tenno group gets killed, and you didn't get killed, well then you live. Wonderful. I like the cannibalistic mutations, however, under no circumstances herbivores have the option to do more damage to others of the same kind. This is very, very interesting. I would probably agree. Right? If someone doesn't want to be in a group of herbivores, they can just not group up with them. If you want to kill other herbivores, at least it's an even playing field. Whereas I don't really think I enjoy the perk of increasing damage towards dinosaurs of your same species, really. I don't really think I like that too much. It's just like, how do you explain? Dinosaurs of your same species, unless they're cannibalistic, of course, but because they're cannibalistic, they're probably balanced around being cannibalistic, in which the subs are slower than the adults, such that the adults can go around and kill them. So do you really need to have more damage to do that? Maybe, maybe not. That's a different argument. We have Nick the Magician, the Raptor Magician. He's always coming up with cool text I always like to try out. I do have his channel, definitely check him out. 100% agree on the first two. Health down a bubble. I think the speed mutation is alright. You are correct that, but nesting solves the issue. Yeah, but that's just saying that everyone should just run the speed perk, right? And if everyone's running the speed perk, then effectively no one is really running the speed perk. So you might as well just get rid of it or change it. You know what I mean? So you do have to grow twice and nest yourself in, but you can go for 6 mutations quite cheap and fast. This is also true. I do like the fact that nesting now has a very, very direct impact on your children's success. Right? You can hand over to your children some really, really nice perks, and they can pick their own perks, and then you can have a very, very strong thing. You know, it gives people a reason, a very, very substantial reason to go through the nesting. If they also made it so that nesting could maybe unlock different unique pattern variations, like a skin, for example, you know, like a tiger stripe skin or a zebra, you know, stuff like that, like different cool looking skins. And maybe the devs could then reach out to the community and say, hey, look, guys, you guys can create skins for us. And we can put those skins into the game and you can unlock those skins through nesting. I would 100% go in and start nesting on a server if there was 1 or 2 skins I really, really loved. I could just unlock that skin on that dinosaur, you know, on that server. That'd be really, really cool. I would love to do that. Erin says, speed pack needs to go. Terrible taken every way. The diet already affects health and stam. What a crybaby exaggerator. Fair enough. We're going to see more of this guy, who is this guy. There you go. So, Gash of Regen makes solo croc way more viable. This is very, very true. Oftentimes, you die to a cannibal after just defending yourself from a cannibal. It's probably 40% of my deaths as Big Gator. Being able to heal better after a fight is a huge game changer. This is true. Right? This is true. But this is also part and parcel of playing a cannibalistic species, in which most of your deaths in a cannibalistic species that is localized within a single biome, which is water, the chance of you being cannibalized is way, way higher. You see? So there's always that, you know? Plus, it's also apex carnivore, how'd you say, population control. But I do agree. The gash regeneration makes solo crop way more viable, you know? So there are cases where this and that can happen, you know? But maybe things could be changed, where you eat and your heal rate increases, you know? So you still need to heal. So you can't just use it mid-fight. Really what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to move the perks away from an abusable thing mid-fight, you know, for PvP, and instead move them towards quality of life stuff. You know, just quality of life, where it's just, I could just pick the healing regeneration, and just have constant better heal regeneration, or I could go for the eating to gain an increased heal rate, but I need to have food. You see, that's 2 different playstyles. A more passive use of it, which could also be used mid-combat, because you heal naturally during combat, or a more, you know, active one, where you have to eat and get food. So Daxo said that the mutations are at the max value right now, so taking current values as a norm is not recommended. Yeah, well, we don't know whether or not these values should be changed, and I think it still is good, right? For example, if a new dinosaur comes out into the game, and it is broken, what? Do we just not mention that it's broken? Because, well, the devs can change it. Yeah, but why would the devs change it if no one mentions that it's broken? You see, we still need to talk about these things. But you are 100% right. Tiny dinosaur. Yeah, they are not the max values. But, you know, in toning down those perks, will they become just pointless? That's the thing. So maybe they need to be reworked, maybe they need to be changed. So is not the stam perk available only for herbivores? Herbivores have it too. There you go. I personally hate the mutations. Some of them are either something that should have been given, should just be a given, or unfair to anyone who chooses different mutations. I agree. I think the perk where you recover water when it's raining, I think a part of that perk should be base kit, in which when it's raining, your water doesn't go down. You know? Your water doesn't decrease, it doesn't increase, but your water just stays where it is. And then reabsorption can now make it so you now start recovering water when it's raining. You know, I think that'd be cool. Now you have like a certain base kit part of it and a, you know, an upgrade on that base kit. So Gastronomic regeneration is a nightmare when using it on the right dinosaur. Along with the ones you mentioned, Cerrado is a titanic offender to mutations. Why? Well, Cerrado has not only access to abilities that boost its durability, and has this natural thing where, while eating small animals or just low damage, foes can't even do anything to Cerrado. And funny, know the part, Cerrado's bite is on that list, giving more options to resist. Very true. Not even mentioning Serato being able to use the Go Gadget bacterial bite and natural resistance to bleed and even fracture in combination to that mutation alone. Very, very true. You achieve one of the biggest middle fingers to natural order by the highest margin in terms of scavengeability. Serato was naturally fine along with others. Mutation, however, makes him one of and others the poster children of one wrong move. Now you have Chaos Incarnate bound to a dinosaur body. So yeah. We have this guy back again. It's really funny how everyone says that everything is broken, but I've seen every animal win and lose every fight multiple times, and there's abundant options of every playable to survive easily. Also, I played Serato earlier, and the Eat to Regen is least broken on them by far. Omni heals from red to green in 5 bites. It's not 5 bites, but who cares? That doesn't matter. It's less than 5 bites, actually. If you heal from yellow to full in about 2 or... Yeah, actually, maybe it's about 5 bites. But I have seen cases of 3 bites. But it could just be like the organ value gives more than the food value. So, there's always that. So, takes around like half his stomach to heal from orange to green. That's not really broken at all on Sarah. Yeah, but you still healed from orange to green. Quicker than you would have healed from orange to green if you just stood still or sat down, didn't you? You still healed faster. You healed faster than you would have healed before. Furthermore, Serato has more health than a raptor, but it's still healing the same amount per bite that a raptor is. Right? So if a raptor can run in, tank a hit from a dibble, run out, heal, come back in, get a few more bites on a dibble, tank a hit from the dibble, run out, then a Serato can do the exact same fucking thing. Right? Do the exact same fucking thing. That doesn't change. That thing hasn't changed. You know? It just means that it has to eat more to heal more. Right? And as I've said before in that video, we've had cases with dinosaurs where we have purposely thrown up to lower our food so we can heal more. And then kill them, wait out the thing, and then get their organs. Because we can fight an entire group. Right? We had fights with Raptor where we fought against three Carnos. No, it's 3 Carnos. We fought against 3 Ceratos as Raptors that had a body buff, and we killed them by simply sending more and more health states at them. And they died. You know, like, just, what are you meant to do? So yeah, but Serato can just overeat and heal as many times as it please. I think your food value actually needs to increase to heal. So this is a bit wrong. Yeah. So apparently it works the same even when you're full. And Ratatonic, a big organ, is even faster. Went from deep orange to full health at 1 cell organ. Mutations, what they are, aren't well designed. You can have some mutations like obtaining water from eating, better swimming. Yeah. Mutations I actually quite like. Some of the secret mutations are pretty good and require a challenge to obtain them. I also quite like the secret mutations. I think they're actually pretty good. But things like stats that give you an edge in combat or introduce a return system like stamina return on hit or health return on consuming food are flawed. Some of them need to be altered to be less but still provide uses, and some should be outright removed due to their overarching issues that can cause unless you make the benefits much problematic. Gastronic regeneration can take a huge toll on people who are fighting Ceratos, Omnis, Heroes, Dalos, as they can either run off and heal and be just tanky and just, yeah, cool. So are flawed. No, they aren't. They're intentionally tuned up, but they aren't flawed at all. Cool. Here's the issue though. As I said before, we don't actually understand what the devs mean by the perks are at their max value. For all we care, there is a slider from 0% to 100%, and 0% is the mutation does nothing, and 100% is what the perk naturally does. And for all we care, on every single official servers, that slider will be put to 100%. But you, on your own server, can actually reduce that slider. So for all we care, this is what it's going to be like on live. But we don't know that, because the devs haven't said, because nobody actually knows. So we can't really use the argument of they are intentionally chewed up. No, they're not intentionally chewed up. The devs said that they were set to their max value. So how do you achieve the max value? We don't know. What does max value even mean, besides just the highest it can possibly be? We don't know. We don't know if max value just means what the perk is meant to be doing by the dev's own standard. We don't know. So, whatever. So, and still, we're, as Raptors always, 1 to 3 shots from a full-grown Serato. Well, yep, that's not broken. Raptors literally only ever take like 35 minutes to heal from red. Right, so what you're saying is that instead of me taking 30 to 45 minutes to healing, I can just eat food and instantly heal. Okay, They also have food available to use for that perk, and the devs have said everything is tuned up, not even being turned up. Not a problem to make you guys. But you, unless of course you have some secret communication with the devs, you don't know what being turned up is. Everyone's throwing out the thing of just, oh, but the devs are set to their max value. What does that mean? What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? It's set to its max value. Right? It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just, we don't know if the max value is what's going to be coming to life. And servers can adjust that slider to decrease the effectiveness of the perk. We don't know that. We don't know. So we can't, it's not really an argument now, is it? Just, oh, even being tuned up. It's not any of the problem. We don't know. That's usually, we can only base our assumptions off of what we know right now. And right now, they're not healthy for the game. So, in my opinion, they're not healthy for the game. There you go. Other people may disagree with me. I'm trying to go through arguments. If you want to disagree with me, please come up with an argument that makes an actual bit of sense. Don't just say, right, because if your argument is the perk isn't that bad, and your defense for that is because it's set to its max value by the devs. Right, so all you've actually told me is the max value set for the devs, a lot of people agree that it's not balanced. But you haven't told me why you think it's balanced. Why do you personally think it is balanced? You know? Like, why do you think it's balanced? Like, why? Because Serato needs to eat more food than a raptor to heal? Well, yeah, obviously. But it's still healing the same amount of food per bite. Right? Per bite. If each bite, let's say for example, I don't know the values of the perk, right? Let's just say for example, actually, we can actually calculate this, right? We can actually somewhat calculate this. So we have a raptor with 450 health, right? And if we assume that red health starts at 20%, that's 45 health. So you can go from 45 health to 405 health, which is 405 healing done. And we can divide that healing done by about 4, right? Which means you're healing 101 health per bite, right? So as a Serato, with 1,300 health, you are healing 13% of your health every single bite. 13%. So I don't care. You know? So I don't really fucking care. You're healing 13% of your health instantly. That's my issue with the perk. 13% of your health. That's mad. That's insane. Because you're still healing the same amount of health that the raptor heals per bite. It's just the raptor has less health, so it heals a larger percentage. But you're still healing that 101 health, right? Every single bite, if the math is correct, right? Just, you know what I mean? Like, just, in 2 bites, you've removed one of your in 2 bites, you've removed a Carno body hit on your body. You know? Just, this person here's, why are you calling us crybabies? I'm just stating how a good majority of mutations aren't all that great, even if they're not their true values. We don't know what their true values actually are, right? So let's put it this way, right? What is the purpose of a horde test? I'll let you guys take a moment to think about that. The purpose of a horde test, or a stress test, or a test build, is to test something. It's to give the tools that you have added into the game to the player base, and the player base, before it goes to live, can tell you what is good about it, what is bad about it, what might need to be changed, or even what could be added, right? And you can take all that feedback on board. And you can then see, you know, what you can do. So that when it gets pushed to live, we have the smoothest transition possible from the old live build to the new live build, and everything is intuitive, everything makes sense, and everything works. Simple as that. So if the devs want to test how well the mutations are doing in terms of how you get them, or in terms of how, you know, how well they perform, the values that they set are the values they want to test. And if nobody mentions anything about the values right now, or how good or bad they are, then they're not going to get changed. Simple as that. So it's hard to genuinely give them a balanced value because they are either too low, making it useless, or making it problematic and obvious pick. Very true. Not even bringing the fact that you can have two of the same mutation, making it kind of lose. But we don't know if mutations can stack. We have been trying to make mutations stack, but we have seen some recent screenshots with some of our friends who have been also trying to do the same thing, that they managed to give themselves two of the same mutation nested in. So we're going to try that with the speed perk at some point and see if we can nest in Dryos, because it'll be quicker with Dryos. Nest in Dryos with two of the same speed perk and see if their base speed is higher than just using the perk once. And if it does, then mutation stack, which is even fucking worse. However, some mutations, like I said before, are nice and introduce cool ideas. Absolutely true. With one I mentioned being the ability to drink sea salt water. I agree. I think the ability to drink salt water is very, very interesting. I've seen a lot of dibbles run it, actually. Because a lot of dibbles' migration zones are near the coast. Right? So you can just stick around at the coast, drink the water there, and just eat your food. And it's nice. It gives you the option to not have to make that travel. And not having to make that travel means that you're not going to get attacked midway to getting water and coming back for food. That's really, really nice. Right? You can still get attacked. Right? But you don't need to make that journey. And the reason why you don't need to make that journey is because you put in the effort to get that perk. It's not just a perk that you grew and you equipped it. You put in the effort to get that lifestyle perk. I like that. That's a good system. It rewards you for your choices. That's cool. I like that. But there's two others that allow you to understand the human glyphs, understand what humans are saying, especially into hunting humans. Very, very true. The other one being mutation that allows you to fake a fracture, which is cool and allows players to act defenseless and punish players who least expect it. That's also true. This perk I don't really see being meta, one where you can fake a fracture, but it is going to be funny. It is going to be funny, right? And furthermore, depending on the dinosaur with the fracture, I mean, it could be a bit of a problem if you're a dinosaur that is naturally quite fast, as well as offensive, and you fake a fracture, and then they come up towards you, and then you bite them a few times, and you chase after them, and then you kill them. Right? But you can also use a bit of judgment, which is somebody with a leg break will not be walking in the middle of nowhere. They'll probably be sitting down and healing their leg break. So there's always that. Those are mutations that provide a unique attribute and more just a simple stat introduction. I think a good way to make... God, it does just keep fucking going. Jesus. Oh, Lord and Saviour, please save me. I think a bit of a gastronomic regeneration more effective and interesting is made it again, getting above 90% of hunger makes it that when you rest, you gain a huge regeneration property towards health. And yeah, pretty much everyone's been agreeing with the exact same thing that I was thinking for gastronomic regeneration. It's that you eat, and by a certain amount that you eat, or just by eating, your heal rate increases. You know? Because you still have to sit and eat. The abusable point of that in PvP has now been removed. You see. So for someone coming back, gaining back one, instead it could be mutation that activates upon reaching 0 stamina, which then causes you to regain a bit of your stamina back, and 5 seconds boost to prevent stamina loss while running. Yeah, that could be cool. Something like that could be kind of cool, right? But it also kind of punishes the player who got you to 0 stamina. So, you know, you just have to look out for this perk, right? But who knows? Like, it's a good idea. It's better than what we have right now. As Raptor, being able to just yeet myself at a Serrado, heal up instantly, and do it again until Serrado bleeds out is an issue. Same goes for 2 Stegos. Yep, 100%. Stegos aren't graceful. Okay? There's lots of ways to avoid Stegos besides just outstamming them. Obviously. Obviously. What kind of weird gotcha moment is that? Who are you even responding to? Pippin. You're responding to this guy. Same goes for to 2 Stegos endurance hunting stuff down. Yeah, I mean, that's what we were doing with Dibbles. Mid-chase would hit each other's tail, because it wouldn't do that much damage, but would heal 20% of our stamina, and then we'd just keep running. So, there's lots of ways to avoid Stegos besides just outstamming them. And that's besides the 8 other things you're overlooking when you talk about, like, this is a big problem. Same thing with Raptor. So that's simple. That doesn't deal with 8 issues. He can do the same, vomit using the terrain. You need to be, okay, cool. You guys are ridiculous. And you're sure right when you can expect the opposite and actually... Wait, what? You guys are ridiculous, and you're sure you're right. I'm not even going to mention it. And you're sure you're right when you're the exact opposite and actually are the problem with this game's progress and community. What? What? So is this guy's... Wait, give me a moment just to clear my fucking aneurysm. So is this guy's take currently that players complaining about something that is actually broken stops this game's progress? Cool. I'm going to add a theoretical to you. Let's say, for example, that Allo was to be dropped, and Allo was 50 fucking kilometers. Let's just say, right? But there are so many ways to avoid Allos besides outspamming them or just running away from them. And there's 8 other things you're overlooking when you talk about like it's some big problem. Like, dude, you can just not be near the Allo. You can just avoid the Allo. It doesn't matter that it's 50 fucking kilometers. You guys crying about a 50-kilometer-an-hour Allo is ridiculous. And you're actually the problem because you're stopping this game's progress. How many people do you think are going to keep playing this fucking game if Allo is 50 fucking kilometers and the devs never changed it? Do you think everyone would be like, oh, dude, what's that really cool game where you play as dinosaurs? Oh, it's called The Isle. You should definitely check it out, bro. And they play the game and they spawn in their favorite dinosaur. Maybe it's Cerrado. And then a 50 fucking kilometer-an-hour Allo comes and just fucking kills them. And they go, there was nothing I could do about that. There was nothing I could do. I'm going to uninstall this fucking game. Right? Because obviously that person who met that really, really unfun situation, it's good that they're gone. Because now the game can continue to progress with these broken fucking mechanics. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this guy is a guy who's similar to me, in which he sees dinosaurs that aren't broken at all being nerfed because the community thinks that they're broken. Right? But in this case, it actually fucking is broken. Right? It actually is broken. It's not like Dilo. When I made a video before Dilo got nerfed, saying that Dilo's problem isn't the hallucinations, it's the interactivity with you and the Dilo. And then the Dilo got nerfed in the way that people wanted, but there's still no interactivity. There's none. Just every minute a Dilo bites you to, keep the venom going. Great. Every minute I get to attack the Dilo. It didn't solve the actual fucking problem. Which now means when Dilo's hallucinations get buffed, even though they've just been recently nerfed, I'm going to post a video about this, it's just going to cause more fucking issues. So, because we never solved the actual problem, did we? Can we just nerf something else? I can see this guy being like that, and he thinks that these mutations, but he hasn't actually explained why the mutations are good. He's just insulted people and just said kind of like whataboutisms, which isn't, I can't tell you what this guy genuinely thinks about gastronomic regeneration, aside from the fact that it takes a Cerrado more food to get from orange to red, from orange to green than a raptor, because it has more health, even though it's healing at the exact same rate that the raptor is healing. So basically, the Cerrado can do the exact same thing as the raptor, but it can do more damage, which means the fight is quicker, means it would have to do less journeys in and out. So, what actually are we arguing here? There's plenty of ways you could tweak them. There might be improvements, but none of them are not good. I agree. I don't think any perk right now is not good. I think they all have uses. Drake Bliat or something. It's supposed to say that they aren't that great. It's also true. Some of the perks could actually do with a bit of a buff, maybe. Especially the eating to recover water, while I like it. It doesn't actually recover that much water, which is maybe good. But I wouldn't mind it being increased a tiny bit. Just that you actually feel the impact. I don't know, who knows, maybe I'm just talking out my ass. You guys are just ridiculous crybabies, but you haven't explained why we're ridiculous crybabies. If you're going to insult me, at least tell me why. It's like, okay, put it this way. I personally, other people might. So if you don't like me for what I'm about to say, you can agree. I personally don't agree with using homophobic jokes to be nasty to someone. Right? I agree with using any kind of joke with banter with willing participants. Right? If I say something, you go, bro, you're fucking gay. Right? I'm not going to get offended by that. Right? I'm not. You know what I mean? Because I understand what you're coming from, right? Even with members of our group, our friend group who are gay, we still make jokes like that to them as well. They even make jokes like that to us. They threaten to, explore the back cavity of our gastric system, right? And coming from them, that's a genuine threat because they actually will fuck me, right? That's terrifying, right? But it's all in good fun. It's cheeky bounce, as the British would say. Just a bit of cheeky bounce. So imagine if this guy here, calling us ridiculous crybabies, instead, insultingly, not in banter, but just as an insult, says that I'm gay, right? You're ridiculous and you're gay. And I go, why am I gay? And they just say nothing. Like if you have a picture of me fucking another man, then yes, you could probably insult me by calling me gay. Because at least you have the evidence to say why I'm gay. If that makes sense. Right? If that makes sense. I hope I'm not sounding ignorant or stupid. Right? But in my opinion, that analogy makes sense. Right? If you're going to insult someone with something, at least have it be true. And on the flip side to that, also just don't really insult people based on immutable characteristics. Right? Unless it's in good faith. And good faith would be cheeky bants. Right? It's the idea of, I don't actually fucking hate you. We're just throwing a bit of shit at each other. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But if you just go up to a random fucking person, which you kind of are, and just insulting them, at least back it up. At least have the courtesy to back it up. I can tell that you're if you were to try and be a bully, you'd be a really, really shit bully. There's actually like etiquette when it comes to successful bullying. You have to convince the person that they actually are what you accuse them of being. Right? That's just common sense, people. Come on. Do I have to teach people how to insult each other now? Really, is that it? Am I actually having to teach the person who's insulting people agreeing with me how to insult them? All you have to say is, you guys are being ridiculous. I ran gastronomic regeneration. It's not a problem to be able to heal this much health whenever you eat mid-fight because the amount of damage that your opponent can dish out is far higher than what you could actually naturally heal, meaning that your opponent will naturally deal more damage to you than you are able to heal. There's only so much food that you can eat, right? For example, and if you are able to run perks that lower the amount of blood that you take, so blood resistant perks, as well as perks that maybe have an element of recovering health yourself, you can actually very, very easily make that perk not as impactful as it otherwise would be. That's an actual fucking argument. An actual fucking argument that I can argue against. Just that what you are now saying is that certain perks can be used to beat other perks. Whereas what I am saying is we should move away from PvP focused perks and more into PvE focused perks. Perks that actually help improve, like Jay's favorite perk, genuinely, is reabsorption, where you get water when it rains. He fucking loves that perk. He loves it. Right? He loves it. He loves just walking around when it's raining and laughing at the rest of us when we need to go drink. And he's just recovering stamina. Right? He loves it. Right? That's a nice PvP thing. That is a comfort perk. That is a perk that makes him enjoy parts of the game better. That's perfectly fine. Cool. Making issues when none exist at all, but you haven't explained why it's not an issue. You haven't explained why it's not an issue. You never have. So please just explain why it's not an issue. Crying, trying to get a say about something that's going to be tweaked a million times and isn't a problem, as if it didn't. You've missed the rest of your sentence, mate. So we don't know that it's going to be tweaked a million. What the fuck do you mean? So what you're saying is, everyone, stop complaining about this perk. Because the devs are going to change it anyways. Why did they change it? Well, because the devs think it's broken. If the devs think the perk is broken, why did they release it in the current fucking state that it's in? Right? Do I feel... Am I stupid for saying that? Right, so what you're basically saying is, in a weird kind of way, what you're actually saying is that the devs are fucking stupid. Right? You're saying that the devs are going to change the perk that they created with no feedback because they know that the perk is bad. No, it's a fucking hall test. You're meant to give feedback. You bint. Anyways, this isn't a problem. Why? Everyone else here has been giving examples of why certain perks are problems. You are the only person who isn't. You all are ridiculous. So are you. So, with one I mentioned before, the ability to drink salt water, and two others, and weird, if that matters. I will if and when it does, but we have yet to see any meaningful implementation of humans. Very, very true. The way you'd spend the amount of time trying to conceptualize something so thoroughly as far from existence, revealing about how far the game is actually. So this guy is accusing the people who disagree with him of conceptualizing a fantasy land of this game, whereas he is grounded in reality. He's so grounded in reality that he can't give an actual real-life example as to why these perks aren't a problem. All he can do is insult us. Does that sound like someone who is either A, grounded in reality, or B, living in a fantasy in their own mind? Right? Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Who knows? Maybe we're all wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be. I might not be. I mean, I've taken about a week to actually form these opinions after playtesting most of the fucking perks in the game. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I've mainly used a stego stam to hunt other stegos. They really have no other option than to fight back if they also don't cheese the stam mutation. Yeah, that's also true as well. This person here gets it. Thank you. I'm not even going to begin to pronounce your name, but Orange Man. And the whole point of the whole test is to test performance gameplay, so giving feedback is bad. You're absolutely fucking right. Fun fact, Trudon needs 2 bites to heal from red to green. It's a flat number, not a percentage. Yes. So speaking from user perspective, not as players who fight against it, we've played a lot of Omni-Route to use this perk alongside less damage and larger fights. Let you bully surrounders of the corpses in a 2v2 and pull off the other fight. Yeah, cool. That's a ridiculous loose use. This guy. You know, I'm going to stop insulting this guy because I actually think he might have something cognitively wrong with him. Or her. It could be a her. I don't know why I always assume men being stupid. But I normally associate, how do you say, obtrusive people like this with being men. Because as a man myself, I can say that we are rather obtrusive at times. That's not to hate on men. It's just that, you know, we like to call things out. A lot of men do. And sometimes men have very bad arguments. But so do women, actually. I don't know why. I think it's probably because I just interact with more men in this community than women. So, there's always that. So this person here gives an example, an actual example in the game of how they've abused the stamina perk versus other stegos, because they can continue to power swing, whereas the other stegos can't. This person then says, that's a ridiculous use and isn't even easy or rewarding to do. The fuck do you mean it isn't easy and rewarding to do? He clicked the perk that says, recover stamina when you take damage, and he fought another fucking stego. So you can, fuck it, you can just give this guy an example and he won't fucking care. Right? Just, so he's not going to give examples. He's going to disregard your examples. He's going to say that giving feedback is bad and that you're a bitch for doing it. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. You really are. You really are, like, you know, the cream of the cream right here. Getting staff from taking damage is pretty realistic. Adrenaline. Okay, cool. You know what else is pretty realistic? Open wounds that are bleeding actually fucking kill you in real life. Did you know that? Did you also know that getting bitten by an animal can actually lead to sepsis and rotting of the wound, and then you fucking die a week later? I actually now propose that because it's realistic, every single carnivore in the game, if it bites anything once and runs away, that dinosaur dies 2 hours later due to the infection of that wound. Now that sounds fucking stupid, doesn't it? But if I was a dev and I introduced that into a hall test and you gave me feedback saying that that's fucking stupid, I would tell you that you're a little fucking bitch. Doesn't work now, does it? It doesn't fucking work now. Maybe it's over undertuned. Cool. So he's saying that maybe I agree that you're right. Or maybe there's a better way to implement it. But it's anything but broken. It single-handedly made the matchup completely in his favor. Single-handedly. Like, just... Fair enough. You to think of one ridiculous, unrealistic... What? You to think of one ridiculous, unrealistic, and unrewarding use case, and even then it's so limited. It's barely feasible best and you have to try really hard. No, you fucking don't. What the fuck is this guy on? This guy is saying that a perk where you take damage and you recover stamina isn't cheesable and is really, really hard to use. How difficult is it to get... What the fuck do you mean? What? It's not in my control to use that perk. The opponent needs to fucking hit me. The fuck do you mean it's hard to use? You know, this isn't fucking Tekken or Street Fighter where I have to put in fucking 5 button presses in like 2 seconds to get a perfect fucking combo to glass your fucking head in. What are you on about? What are you actually on about, brother? Brother, please. Who runs around as 2 stegos biting each other to outstand other stegos? Yeah, but you can. But you can. Pteranodon's gliding ability was nerfed because people were using Pteranodon to scouts. Oh, but who goes around as a Pteranodon when you could be playing a Carno and have way more fun? Yeah, but you can. Right? But you can. That's the point. Is that you can. Just, fuck me. It's a game. Yeah, and games need to have a sense of balance. Otherwise, nothing has a point. Right? To give another example, right? Let's have a look at modern day Hollywood movies. A lot of modern day Hollywood movies are completely fucking dogshit. The plot doesn't matter, the characters don't really matter, everything's just boring and obtuse. Oh, but it's just a movie. Just turn your brain off and have fun. But I can't. Because it's dogshit. It's dogshit. You have served me a silver platter with a human shit on it. And you're telling me to just enjoy my food. I can't. I'm completely taken out of the immersion of eating at a restaurant because the waiter served me shit. Right? You see what I mean? A restaurant needs to have good food. A game needs to be fun. And what makes games fun, generally what makes games fun, is a type of balance. Because balance means that your choices matter. It is your choices that push the favor in your favor. Tip the scales in your favor. That's what I meant to say. You see? But if something in the game is broken, it doesn't matter what you do because it's broken. Right? But the best example I gave for the stamina mutation is Deinosuchus. Against Deinosuchuses that are bigger than you, they can't lunge you, you can escape them guaranteed. Because they can't deal enough damage to kill you while you're just swimming away. It's a game, there's all sorts of things you can do. You can get all your friends to swamp one server and play one thing. You can find all sorts of little cheesy things you can do and break one type of interaction. That doesn't make the game... It doesn't make the way the game works a problem. If it's bad, it needs dealt with. Then you agree. You agree that if something is bad, it needs to be dealt with. Cool. Cool, well done. Honestly, I'm glad to have you on board. Welcome on board, soldier. The fuck? But that isn't what this is. You're reaching as fuck. Because you're... What? Wait, is this a guy who knows that these perks are... At this point, I'm actually convinced that this guy knows that these perks are broken, because he has used them, and just wants to keep them, because it's the only thing allowing him to kill other players. Because he doesn't think it's broken, because he's so fucking dog shit at the game. Now, I have no evidence to back this up. In the same way that you've provided no evidence to back up any of your claims. But because you can do that, I'm gonna fucking do it. You're a dog shit player who doesn't know how to fucking play the game, and these perks are hard carrying you. And that's why you think they're not broken. In fact, you actually ran all of these broken perks, and you still fucking died, because you're dog shit at the game. And that's why you think there's so many things you can do to counter it. And no, that's not because they break any... So what you're basically saying is, your position is incorrect, and my position is correct, and anything you give as evidence is just bullshit and reaching and would never fucking happen, and I don't have to provide any evidence because I'm just calling you a fucking retard. Just what? Does it change outcomes? That's good. It's deliberately overtuned right now. You don't know that. The devs just said they're set to their max value. That means that's the max value that you can achieve in the fucking game. You nonce. You actual fucking nonce. I have no evidence that you're a paedophile, but I can say it. Because you don't provide evidence, I don't need to provide evidence. You're a paedophile. Fuck me. I'm actually kind of getting annoyed at this guy, because it doesn't make sense. And you can only find a small, what the fuck do you mean? Small use cases. The speed perk is always good. Gastronomic regeneration is always good. The stamina perk is always good. On reason encountered and beaten by terrain. Yes, but consider this. Consider this. Consider that you're in a really, really good terrain area, and I throw my Omni at you to land one bite, and you hit me, but I don't die, and I run away and heal. Now the terrain doesn't fucking matter. I just keep coming back. But you didn't think about that, did you? Definitely, if you let yourself get surrounded. What? You guys are just freak out weirdos making a big deal about nothing, because not literally everything always goes your way, and you have some sort of weird superiority complex. So let me get this right. What you're saying is that me and my friends, as raptors, were able to fight 3 Serados with a body buff, and we killed them. Meaning that we won, because we abused certain perks. And I am asking for those perks to get changed or nerfed. What? Like, actually, what? What? You're saying that I have a superiority complex because I want a perk nerfed that let me do something that, in my opinion, I shouldn't be able to do. What? What the fuck? I'm not saying, oh, me and my friends are playing Serrado with a body buff and these raptors just kept healing. Oh, it's so broken. No. I'm the person bullying other fucking people. I am, right now, in this example, I am the bully going down the school halls, pulling up your fucking trousers, throwing you into a bin, and taking a picture of your little fucking balls and posting it all over the fucking internet so everyone can go into your social media account and bully you. And then I am saying, after doing this, I don't think bullying is correct. I've ruined this guy's life. Whenever he applies for a job, a picture of his little fucking balls are going to appear. I've ruined his life. We should really stop bullying to this magnitude. And you're going, oh, you're just a freak out weirdo who's making a big deal about nothing, because not literally everything goes your way, and you have some sort of weird superiority complex attached associated with it. Dude, I'm the bully. I'm not the victim. I'm the bully. Right, I am the bully. You know, I genuinely think this is a guy who likes using these perks, and now he's offended. We were fighting a group of larger animals. Yeah, so Ducati's basically saying what I'm saying here, right? We were the one abusing it. What? Okay, cool. Anyway, back to more calming discussions. Oh, fuck, he's here again. In my opinion, all combat, yeah, we've already had, all combat mutations should be removed. I do agree with them being removed, or only for certain species. That just moves the problem to a different dinosaur. Interspecies aggression will be changed is a big problem, which encourages cannibalism. Cool. Even in primary situations, the dinosaurs aren't trying to kill each other. So dumb. These perks aren't even a problem. Why? Why aren't they a problem? And always people like, oh no, combat perks. Honestly, why? What? There is no meta. This isn't a PvP game. So you agree with me? Wait, Thomas. If you're watching this video and you haven't clicked off the video because I said that you have tiny balls, you're a pedophile, and you're a fucking retard, right? If you haven't clicked off by now and you're still watching it, you agree with me. It's not a PvP game. It's a survival game. And an element of survival games is PvP. Right? Player versus player. player versus player doesn't mean how you kill the other player. It's the choices one player has versus another player. So every fight can be avoided. That's still fucking that's still PvP. That's still PvP. Right? Because you're doing it versus another fucking player. You've gotten into a fight and you run away from them. Or you avoid the fight. That's still player versus player interaction. If there was no player, would you be avoiding the fight? No, because there was no player. Avoiding fights... Yeah, avoiding fights is the meta. You're absolutely fucking correct. Now, if only there was a perk like a speed perk, where if I see you, I just rapidly catch up to you and then you fucking die. Imagine. But at least he's actually now giving evidence to back things up. I do like that. He's now giving evidence. So let's actually see what his evidence are. The things you need for that aren't any problem. Again, I've clearly pointed out that even way overtuned, as pointed out repeatedly, especially for testing multipurposes, none of these is some instant win. None of these is free. None of these doesn't have... Yeah, but people are given examples as to how it did give them free wins. Right? And why it is bad. And we don't know what the devs mean by way overtuned. We don't know. We don't know what they mean by way overtuned. Right? They just said they're set to their max value. It's ridiculous. Cool. It's cool having dinosaurs have neat healing abilities. Yes, but one healing ability is so much better than all the other healing abilities, there's no point running the other healing abilities. That's not good. This isn't unbalanced because we aren't on a super flat world with linear interactions. There's tree climbers and flyers, there's water needs, there's an insane map with so many different geographical, geographical, logistical ways. Yeah, they all play heavily into combat. But my ability to attack you... Okay. This isn't a PvP game at all. It has PvP. Okay? That's not even the purpose of the game. Correct, it's not the purpose of the game. The purpose of the game is to survive. Now, if I'm trying to survive, and someone is trying to kill me, is that PvP? Yes. Well, there you go. It has PvP. Every one of these problems is not just massively overblown. It's not only massively overblown, but they're easily worked around and dealt with. Then tell us how to deal with it. Tell us how to deal with someone using those perks. They're going to tweet. We don't know. One, we don't know if they're going to tweet them. Two, we don't know if they're intentionally overtuned. They're just set to their max value. We don't know what that means. Just, oh my god. This person trying to explain meta to him. XP. There you go. That's nice. Honestly, that's a nice calming thing. Just, yeah, I agree. I think that reabsorptions have... Yeah, so this is what I was saying, with it being the thing of your water not draining when it's raining. Should be base kit, in my opinion. But then healing water when it's raining should be a perk. I agree. Beautiful. I do agree that mutations are broken right now. I do think that affects mutations. Gastro should apply something like 4 times 5 heal buff for a set percentage of total health. Okay, maybe. Tactical Draw shouldn't immediately give you free stamina, but should guarantee as long as you're not spending stamina. Yeah, regenerate stamina. Repeated shell should be worth something like acceleration speed. Acceleration speed would be actually huge, but then you'd need to give every single dinosaur an acceleration curve. So there's always that. Nothing needs to be faster. Everything would benefit from hitting top speed faster, 100%. But a lot of dinosaurs pretty much have instant acceleration. So it's... Perks should be limited to different dinosaurs. They are limited to dinosaurs, just not... most perks are on most dinosaurs, so I don't know. So I can see your points about the first few mutations, but the plus 5% speed increase seems like whinging. You're basically arguing that every animal of that species... You're basically arguing that every animal of that species, okay, so every raptor, have the exact same movement speed, because it's not fair for its predators and prey. Yes, I am saying that. Speed, strength, and durability are the exact type of mutations that I would come to expect in an animal survival game. But I'm saying that they shouldn't really be in the game. Anyways, there's a reason why they call it survival of the fittest. True. True. That is a very interesting semantic argument. But I would say it should be the choices that you make, not the perks that you equipped. This is effectively saying that the perks do influence how well you do. Unlike this guy saying that they don't matter at all. If you want to make my dinosaur incredibly hardy, durable, and excellent at evading others, why is that some kind of unfair advantage? After all, I'm selecting these traits over others in the list. Same goes for making more effective predators. Cool. Here's the issue. The issue is, what happens if everyone does it? What happens then? Right? What happens if everyone fucking does it? In my opinion, mutations in the game shouldn't fix balance issues with the game. The balance issues in the game should be fixed by influencing the base stats of the dinosaurs. In my opinion, right? But I can agree with your opinion. There is player choice in which perks you pick. I just don't really think the perk should be going into a PvP aspect, which ironically, this guy also is saying it's not a PvP game. I'm saying the perk shouldn't be PvP focused, but he's defending all of the perks that are being abused in PvP. That doesn't make sense. But you seem much more, like, how do you say, manageable. So, after all, I'm selecting these traits. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. You are selecting these perks. Your opposite expression, regeneration, technical endurance are pretty spot on, though. Okay? Especially for species that don't have to worry about overeating like Strado and Dino. A flat amount that heals you, or like a bug. Probably just for dinosaur species. Technical endurance is its own, doesn't sound good. Really, all of them are like this. The devs literally explain everything is overpowered. No, they said that they were set to the max value. Just, I'm tired of saying. I'm tired of repeating the phrase. The devs said they were set to their max value. To flatten out your heal seems more like a bug, though. I'm sure it will resolve a bug. Tactical endurance as its own doesn't sound too that bad, but I can see the problems start popping up when it's paired with mutation. Oh, that's sorry. All of this is crybabies who have no skill and find extra power on anyone scary, or a very dude, I'm the one abusing the fucking perk. I don't care what other people are doing. What the fuck is this? All because they refuse to see this game as anything but a PvP sim. So, oh my god. Oh my I'm actually gonna fucking, like, go bold at this point. So my argument in saying that the perks shouldn't be PvP focused is because all I see this game as is a PvP game. And all of these perks are abusable in PvP. And you're defending the perks abusable in PvP, but I'm the one who wants the game to be just PvP focused. What the fuck? Am I the... maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. There's Orny here. Weirdly didn't get any views. Any likes. It's what is Orny up to? I need to cool down my head. Hunter becomes a hunted. Look at this guy, damn. Look at this fucking guy, damn. He's fucking hitting numbers. That's wild. I can love you, Orny. I will one day reach this number. I will one day. One day. One day I'll get there, my friend. One day I will get there. Are you losing sleep over these perks? No. Next question. Are you losing sleep over these perks? It's that's such a funny, like, passive aggressive, like, stance. Like, bro, are you losing sleep over this? Brother, it's not that deep. Dude, you're right. How dare I mention something in the game that is unbalanced? How dare I? That's so awful of me. I should have known better. Like, fuck me. Are you losing sleep over... You know what? I'm actually going to fucking steal this. I'm stealing this as a personal meme from now on. Whenever it's like someone said anything, I'm just going to say, are you losing sleep over this? I can just reply to any of these comments. Just say, bro, are you losing sleep over this? Dude. It's not that deep. Dude, come on. If you don't like the video, just click off the video and watch something else. You know what I mean? Just, dude, just chill. Don't know what to do. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Dude. Apparently the answer satisfies that everything is homogenized and they know exactly what to expect from every fight, and no one can get advantage over them by making smart choices. No. But so you're telling me that on the channel that teaches people how to play the game at a higher level, that's because I just want to win every single fight? What? Whoa. So my argument is that a game needs to be balanced. such that your personal choices are what influences the results. And you are saying that making the game balanced makes it so that every single fight turns out the exact same way. What the fuck? Okay, here's an example for you. Off the top of my head. Rock, paper, scissors is a balanced game. Rock beats scissors. Scissors beats paper. Paper beats rock. There is a 1 in 3 chance to win the game. But you could strategize based off the chances of your opponents or how they think to maybe get an advantage. It is your choice that influences the aspect of the game. Now imagine if rock beat scissors and paper. Scissors did nothing and paper beat rock. That means that by playing paper every single round, you would win or draw. Because it's not a balanced game. Your choices, you did make a choice to play paper. You're absolutely right. And it gave you an unfair advantage. Right, just like, I really can't stand all these crybabies who pretend this is a PvP game first and then make deals out of nothing because they choose to play the game a way they never had to and don't need to. And there's a problem they don't need to. It makes... Okay. I'm playing about everyone who cries about perks and says all this dumb stuff. This perk's horrible, bad idea. None of these perks prevent smart playing. You're absolutely right. They don't prevent smart playing. But they allow you to do things that, in my opinion, aren't healthy for the game. None of these perks is too good to overcome. I've seen them all repeatedly in the most skills of hands now. The mutations are fine. And all you cry about... What? There is no meta. That's legit. So if the best perks aren't meta, so once everyone works out what the best perks are, and everyone runs the best perks, is that not meta? You come across someone with that mutation and whoops, all of a sudden I lose because they are out damaging me. For example, you made a bunch of really bad decisions. This isn't Tekken or Mortal Kombat. It's the fact that certain matchups are completely ruined based on some of the mutations, and you don't use any of these, you simply lose. There's simply no truth to this. It all comes down to decisions you make and how you play. You're just lying, crying about not being able to bully people the way you used to reliably, and saying you're worried about that. Dude, we're the people abusing the perks. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you got on this far into the video, but didn't I say in the original video that we were the Raptors fighting the Serados? Right? We were. We're the ones bullying people. But the speed mutation Serado is a good example. Pay attention to surroundings. As real Serado's speed changes more than 5%. Yeah, of course, because it starts off slower and it gets faster, obviously. That's how growth works. So what? Because dinosaur speeds change naturally in their life cycle, increasing your speed is okay. But now you're an adult who is faster than you're meant to be. And if everyone agreed back in the day that balance in the aisle was that you can run away from things you can't fight, and you can fight things you can't run away from, then what happens if you now can't run away from the thing that you can't fight? You realize Carlo is way faster, yes, and it has an atrocious turn rate. Things like stamina, tactical use of environment. Well, yes, obviously. But you're being put into a position that you would normally not be put into in the game. Right? If the opponent outspeeds you, Carlo is way faster, yet but has an atrocious turn rate. Serado doesn't have an atrocious turn rate. It turns very, very fluidly. And now you're going faster. Dilo is very, very fast and has a decent enough turn rate. Raptor is pretty fast, has a really, really good turn rate. Did you see where I'm coming from? Like, just... How are all these things happening to just you? Notice the common denominator. What the fuck? This guy is now saying that because it's only happening to us, we're bad at the game. No, it's because we're abusing the shit that's abusable. So you're telling me that the guy with a channel about telling people about bugs and exploits and strategies in this game is finding more exploitable things in the game. Well, the common denominator is you. Huh, so maybe you're trash. What? What? Huh? Brother, I don't want to insult you. You know? Just dip to kill AI. What world do you live in? How do you get surrounded by raptors? Just so Jay makes a point with two Serados, but the one Serado runs faster than the other one and does more damage to the other Serado. That other Serado loses if he comes across that Serado. And this guy just says, this has nothing to do with being good at the game. Every single thing he said is done is wrong. Right, but what Jay just said, like you said before, player choices. What Jay says is that he made, one Serado made certain player. So what, in a weird sort of way, I can actually use your argument to prove my argument. The perks aren't broken. Player choices in the game can influence whether or not the perks help you or dishelp you. Everyone in the game should therefore run the strongest perks in the game, and therefore the perks aren't an issue because everyone has them, because you made that choice to do it. And then it's up to who uses the perks better. And everyone will then have absolutely no fucking fun and probably get the perks nerfed anyways. So that's fantastic. How do you get surrounded by raptors? They're 1 to 3 shots on most dinosaurs. Once again, my decision making in this case is literally what? You cannot run away from the. Okay, cool. You're saying 2 to 3 shots makes my argument even better. Normally, I would need to hit them 2 times to fatally injure them, and then they have to back off. Yeah, and instead they just go get food. And I said, there are hotspots in this game where there are plenty. Literally, everyone who's watching this video, spawn in the current hotspot of the game, which is around South Plains. There will be tons of fucking bodies. Tons of bodies. You know? Just. Being the one worse in your case, because should a raptor be all of a sudden to be able to 1v1 towns and dibbles in your mind? I thought this wasn't a PvP game. True. But everything I said, you of all people that is actively advocating for these PvP mutations to give them massive advantages, when we searching to remove them from the game, to make this game, not to make this game even more PvP, the players already, literally, James just said exactly what I said. He is the only guy, pretty much in the comments, saying that the PvP perk should stay in the game. And anyone who disagrees with him, just wants the game to be PvP. It doesn't make sense. So fair enough. I wanted to make this video mainly because Jay was telling me about this guy, and I think Doug T was telling Jay not to bother arguing with him because he doesn't really get it. But yeah, I wanted to see if my opinion would be changed, and most people seem to agree with what I'm saying. I think Nick's thing for the speed perk was okay, because but his solution for it is just everyone having the speed perk, so it kind of becomes redundant. So yeah, I think I'm just tired of talking about this now. Yeah.